Hey everyone, Rachel here,
Sean.
back to good. And today, Sean went to the dentist, and while he was at the dentist, I edited the video that you saw our last episode. And I didn't get that done till like 3 p.m. today, so we didn't get a whole lot done on our property, but we got a few hours of daylight left, so we figured we'd boogie on down to our property. We got a little pile of brush here that we didn't get burned yesterday, so we're gonna go ahead and try to get rid of that. And we got a little bit of scrap metal over there from something, I don't know, looks like a stovepipe and some other things. So we're gonna go take that over to the metal scrap yard over there and just kind of clean up a little bit. So at least we get a little bit of something done today. So let's just get to work, and if we're lucky, we'll see how Sean's feeling, and if we have any daylight left, we might get to see him make another burn barrel for us. So we'll see if we have enough time for that. But
All right, let's go.
all right, let's go.
1,000 good miles.
First, yeah, it works.
Yeah, I say that we test it out with that, and then if it's going fine, we'll just add the rest of that to that pile. And then once we get the 4 burn barrels down here, we can just shove it in the barrels, but for now, it would make things go a lot faster. And there's nothing above that, so it should be fine. And there's dirt all around it.
What do you like? Meant to be.
Well, I did in a few places around the outside.
Here's the rain there. It's just so wet, Rachel.
And you have to burn it in the barrel.
This could be your side-by-side comparison. Burn barrel versus on the ground.
I need to douse it again when it's burning. I think I'd let it get going a little first. That one definitely burns hotter. Faster.
Yeah, you do a side by side burn barrel versus pile.
You can see them both. Well, that pile there is about as big as that pile there. See how fast you can burn it in the barrel. And how far down that one is by the time you burn that one in the barrel. I'm going to bring another bottle of that diatomaceous earth down and we'll walk around wherever these ants are, find their home. I think this is a walnut shell. Maybe one of these trees is a walnut tree. There's another one.
See any nuts?
Right here.
I mean, up there. Unless there's this gold.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure these are like walnuts. I'm going to save one and take a picture of it and see what the Google lens says.
I think the burn barrel's gonna win.
I think so too. That one's barely going still. Thorns are vicious. still barely burning over there.
Hit it again.
Want me to do that? Sure, just watch you.
A lot of lighter fluid wasted.
Yeah, it is.
Still didn't even catch it.
Yeah. Definitely faster and less fuel waste with the barrel.
We're getting better. Things are getting better every day.
So I keep praying for it.
Now I want to watch that movie.
What movie?
Postman.
Oh.
One of my favorites. Ah, living the simple life they are.
Yeah.
Hello, Vine. Well, maybe not.
Want the pruners? I'm really liking those pruners. Chainsaw works, but it's not all that great. Maybe the blade is dull, but the pruner works amazing. And the battery lasts forever. All day yesterday, and I still had almost a full battery.
Blaze of glory. Where's my stick? Alright, give it a sec. There we go. Still nothing.
No. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we need to build an owl box. Let him watch camp and eat all the snakes and mice for us.
Beef. What's for dinner? Big hole, it's a donut now.
Mm-hmm.
And then this corner weighing 400 pounds. Big mean green. And in this corner weighing 200 pounds. Mighty pink. Round one, fight.
Finish him.
Yeah, I'm not wasting any more fuel on that.
No.
If it don't burn, we'll just have to put it in the burn barrel. Champion, loser.
I don't think we're going to have time to do the barrels today.
No, I gotta get up at 4 a.m. and I haven't eaten all day because of the dentist. So it's gonna probably take an hour to cook dinner. Sit down and relax for a little bit before I gotta go to bed.
Yeah.
Ready?
Yeah.
All right, everybody, we're gonna call it a night. It's after 7 here. Didn't get a chance to eat anything because I had that dentist appointment this morning and haven't had any food since then because I couldn't chew nothing. I wasn't allowed to. So we're gonna go get some dinner, but just want to say we did do a little bit of a test here. We keep being told, you know, that it's probably quicker and more efficient to burn the brush on the ground in big piles, but we wasted a bunch of fuel on that pile there. I'm not wasting any more lighter fluid on it. Couldn't get it to go up. We went through quite a bit more of the piles with the burn barrel because it's got the concentrated heat and it just keeps going. It didn't take as much lighter fluid to get it started. You know, so
It seems a little tedious feeding the barrel, but
yeah,
it burns faster
and cost-wise for us, you know, not having to dump a bunch of fuel on it, you know, that's helpful for us, but it is a little more work. So we got to get those other 3 burn barrels made, and then maybe it'll be more efficient if we're able to use 4.
Yeah, we can line up 4 of them and stuff all 4 of them and get them burning faster and just keep shoving stuff in there and it'll burn much faster. But yeah, this one's just having a hard time going, and we've put so much fuel on it, so it's just not burning. It's too open, and that gets this big hot vortex fire that just keeps feeding itself, and it is burning it much faster. So we're going to stick with the barrel method, and we're going to multiply it.
Yeah.
So yeah, we were hoping to maybe go get ready some more burn barrels because we've got 3 more, but they're not cut out and everything yet. But it is late and Sean's got to get up at 4 in the morning for work, so we're out of here. That's it for today. Just a little campfire and probably some music to go along with that because it's been a couple hours and I don't think you guys want to watch a couple hours of campfire, so enjoy the music.
You know what, Rachel?
What, Sean?
Besides the dentist,
Yeah, besides the dentist.
it was a great day in Arkansas.
It sure was. We still got progress and it wasn't raining, so that's always a great thing. So
Bye!
see y'all later. Hey everyone, Rachel's back here. So you just got done watching Sean and I go burn up the rest of the little debris piles that we had sitting around that we didn't get time to burn the other day on our big work day. Sean had to go to the dentist, so I was busy editing a video and we got a late start, so we didn't have time to really do anything, so we thought we'd at least go clear up the piles that we had made and get that out of the way. And we did a little test because a lot of people in the comments will say, just burn it all in a big pile, and Gary says, just burn it all in a big pile. But there's a few reasons why we don't. So pretty much 3. 1, we don't have a water source to put out a fire if it gets out of control down there, unless we go take our water pump down to the creek, which does have water and stuff, which we could do, but it's not exactly convenient, so we don't have any kind of water to put out a fire. Number 2, we don't have a tractor or any heavy equipment to push everything in and whatnot, and it goes through a lot of fuel. We did a little test in the video that you just got done watching, and we did a little pile. We had a big pile and we split it into half basically, and we put half of it in a pile on the ground and we put the other half by the burn barrel, and we were going to shovel it into the burn barrel little by little. And we did a test. Well, yes, you can burn things on the ground in a campfire style fashion, you know, just light it on fire and whatnot, but it takes a lot of fuel to keep that burning, especially when the stuff is wet like it was that we had just freshly cut down. And when you get it going in the burn barrel, it gets like this massive vortex fire in there, and it gets so hot and it burns everything so quickly, and we don't have to keep fueling it. We fuel it at the beginning to get it going, and we don't have to keep adding fuel. It just gets that fire so hot in there that as long as we keep feeding it, it'll keep burning really hot. So it went way faster with the burn barrel, even though it seems a lot more tedious. It's working out great. We just need to get more of them. So we have 3 more barrels. We didn't get time to do any more of those. Sean gets home about 3 today, so he's going to try to work on getting some more of those barrels prepped and ready, because we got to do the slits down the sides of it to get the airflow in, and holes in the bottom to drain in case it rains. There's a fly going on the camera. So anyways, he's going to get those burn barrels ready, so we'll have 4 burn barrels and we can just start shoveling things into them. Gary did say that he would come down one day here soon and help us if we wanted to go ahead and get rid of all that debris. But honestly, guys, we're not really worried about that big long line of debris right now. We're going to keep chipping away at it, but it's not in the way of where we want to put the camper. So our main priority right now is not to worry about the debris, but to worry about finishing to clear the area where we want the RV. We've got a huge section of it done, and honestly, we have enough to fit the RV in, but the problem is that we need to go a lot further, because the vehicle that is going to be towing the camper there is going to need a place to get out, and we want it parked so that the hitch is actually at the south end, which is where all the trees are in the way. So we've got enough room for the camper to get pulled in or to park there, but we don't have enough room for it to be pulled in with the vehicle in front of it, and for that vehicle to be able to get out once it pulls us in there. So we don't want the hitch facing on the north towards the driveway, because then the door will be facing the road. We want the door facing away from the road, and the view from the windows is on the opposite side of the door, so we want to be able to see out those windows towards the road, so that we can see cars coming, or we can see the mountain view sitting at the kitchen table and all that good stuff. So there's a specific reason why we want it facing that way, which makes it a little bit more difficult to get it in there, and we have to have a much bigger space. So a lot of people keep asking in the comments, about the debris and this and that, and then how we're going to get rid of it, and are we going to chip? We are absolutely going to be chipping some of it too, but right now our main priority is focusing on getting the RV in there. Once we get in there, we have fencing to put up, we have tents to put up. We're going to need to get a bunch of 2x4s to build some little decks, and we're going to anchor all the tents to the decks, and I want to put some 4x4 posts on the edges, on the corners of the decks, and reinforce those at the top. And then we have some like foil tarps like we have over the bubble tent right now, and instead of putting it directly on top of the bubble tent, what I want to do is put it up more like a sunshade above the tents, so that they're not attached to the tents, but that they will, if we put 2 of the poles higher than the other 2, we'll have like a one slope roof kind of, but it'll be a sunshade. And that way in the winter when it snows, the snow will be able to run off of it properly instead of pooling in it and then collapsing it, which is what happened to the bubble tent. So if we raise the sunshades up off of the tents, then all the rain and the snow that hits that sunshade will keep all of that off of the tents, so they won't collapse. And so we're going to have a bunch of these little deck pads around, because the kids have their own tents now that we're going to be setting up. And that's going to come in really handy, because we're going to have an outdoor bathhouse tent, which is really cool. And if you saw that video, that's going to be really, really, really exciting to set that thing up. It is the coolest tent I've ever seen. I've never seen anything like it. I mean, I would say it's closest to like a yurt where it's round, but it looks more like a Hershey's Kiss, and it doesn't have the short sidewalls like a lot of yurts have. Some of the yurts you can find will have the taller sidewalls where you can be able to put furniture and things up against it. But when you've got like a 2 or 3 foot wall, it makes it really hard to put furniture up against those walls. So, but the one that we're getting is called an Astral tent, and it's going to be so cool. And that's going to be our bathhouse. And we're also going to want to do something for our outdoor kitchen. We did get a tent in the mail from a subscriber that is like a pop-up tent that has removable sidewalls. And she sent a table and chairs and benches so that we will have a place to sit down. And we do hope to set that up down at our property here soon, so that when we're taking breaks and whatnot, we'll have a place to sit. But we don't want to put any kind of structures or tents or anything up quite yet, because Bobblehead may be coming. Jeff at Bobblehead Homestead, he may be coming here soon with his skid steer. Gary's been working on getting some things replaced on that to get the air conditioning working and things. So Bobblehead said that he'll have to come down and maybe practice on our property or let us use a skid steer one day or something of that nature. So I think it would be cool if Jeff came down to practice on his skid steer and helped us level that RV pad area out. So we don't want to have tents and things over there because I don't want to leave them there unanchored because they're just going to blow away and get ruined. So instead of anchoring them down and having to pull it all back up and take it all back down again, we want to get the leveling down first. So kind of where we're at right now is that we've got the area clear that we've got cleared. You know, we've got all the little brush picked up, we've got it all burned, and we need to push back further south where the RV is going to be. And to do that, basically, Gary said it's much harder on the tractor when he's pushing down the full tree because those are like 100-foot trees or more. I don't know. They're really, really big. And that puts a lot of work on his tractor. Plus, when he's doing that like that and plowing into the big trees like that, he runs the risk of snapping his hydraulic lines on branches and stuff that come down. And that gets really costly. So in order to be a little kinder to Big Bertha and not beat her up so much, he said it would be a lot easier if we just cut down the trees that we want down and cut them to where they're like 3 or 4 foot stumps, and then Big Bertha can come through and pull the stumps right up real easy. He can tip them over and get them out real easy. Also, though, what would be really cool is that Wiley at our mountain home and working with Wiley, he's got some cool new attachments for his tractor, and he mentioned that he might be able to come over with one of his cool new attachments and take care of those stumps. So that would be pretty exciting to see. So we're hoping that all these little things will come to fruition, and Jeff's got some cool new attachments on his skid steer that he needs to try out that would be really handy to grab everything and pull it all in and whatnot. So there's some good opportunities coming up here soon. We don't know when. There is no date set. Right now, everybody that lives in this area is battling with the same thing. They haven't been able to work because of all the rain that we have. So we had a really nice day yesterday, and it's another beautiful day today, and it looks like we're in the clear for maybe a week, so let's hope so. Let's hope everything dries up. But anyway, so I just wanted to pop in. It's the next morning after we burnt that fire, so Sean's at work, and I have a table here. This is where I usually set my laptop, and there's not any room for my laptop right now because we have more gifts from you guys. This is so amazing. We had Nancy, she sent Sean some really good advice about the carnivore diet, and she sent him some snacks to try so he has something to eat when he's at work. And she sent some really good information in the email about different things on the carnivore diet. So we really appreciate all her advice and the little snacks that she sent and everything. So we also had another subscriber that has sent us a bunch of stuff from our wish list. And guys, our Amazon wish list is like our shopping list. Anything I see that we're going to want or need for the upcoming foreseeable future. Some of it is just stuff that we're going to order because, like Redmond sea salt, you don't have it in the store here. So we needed to get some of that. That's important for Sean's carnivore diet, which we're all kind of changing our eating lifestyle. I wouldn't say that I'm necessarily on a diet, and neither are the kids, but a diet in a sense that we're changing the way we eat specific things, like no seed oils and different things. So changing things that we use, no margarine, only butter, getting the good fats in. So, but Sean, he is on a very strict and specific diet because it's very critical for him to lose a bunch of weight before the doctor will do his surgery. And we're hoping that he loses enough weight by July when he goes and sees the doctor that he will be able to schedule the surgery and get that done maybe August. So we're not really sure on the dates for the surgery yet. It all depends on how much weight Sean loses and if the doctor thinks he can do it with what weight loss he's got. So he's going to have, he had 2 major surgeries in the last year and a half, and this surgery coming up would be a reconstruction surgery from those previous surgeries. He's still healing from that. He does wear a medical binder because when they cut him open in his stomach, and the incisions are huge, and there's several, and when they healed, he had put on a little bit of weight. So the incision is stretched, so that material or that skin in between the incision marks aren't pulled together right, and they're pulled apart, and that skin that is where that incision is super thin. So it's like his insides are pressing on it so hard. So in order for the doctor to correct that and pull the incision back together and reconstruct it, that he needs some extra loose skin, and that's why Sean needed to lose some weight in order for him to get some extra skin to not have that pressure on the incision when he reconstructs it. So it's looking really good. Sean has been doing a really good job on changing his eating habits and eliminating sugar and carbs and things, and going strict carnivore right now, because it's really critical that he loses this weight. Once he loses and gets down to his established weight that is a healthy weight for him, then he can maybe throw in a little bit of carnivore carbs kind of thing. You know, we've got this really cool book here that one of the subscribers sent us. She's always blessing us with really cool things, but she sent Sean this Carnivore in the Kitchen book, and then there's a couple of websites that Sean's been watching that have these really cool things that you can make, like carnivore bread and carnivore mayonnaise and things. It's really crazy, but it's really exciting. And I save my bacon grease, and that's how you make you use like an egg yolk and bacon grease to make carnivore mayonnaise. And who would have thought, you know? But yeah, I have a little bacon grease can, and I save all of our bacon grease. And I would like to get into saving tallow and other lard, like real lard from pork and whatnot, not the kind you buy, the shortening stuff. That is not lard, okay? Just so you know, Crisco lard is not real lard. It's anything but that. So we want to get all natural products, and eventually that's part of our whole lifestyle goal in this change in what we're doing in our lifestyle, in our living arrangements and the food that we eat and all that good stuff. So this book is really cool, and we thank you so much for it, because it's got a lot of cool things in there to make, and it looks like really great food. So super excited about that. So let's get in to see what else we got. This box here. So our Amazon wish list is some of like the things that we're gonna buy. Like I bought 4 things off of our Amazon wish list today. A lot of, when you get paid on YouTube, you only get paid once a month. So a lot of times I will add things to my wish list, and with intentions that I'm gonna see what I can afford to buy when we get paid. Well, when I get paid on the YouTube channel, and then when Sean gets his paychecks are every 2 weeks. So, you know, like today I bought 4 things off our wish list. So it's not necessarily just stuff for other people to buy, it's stuff for us to buy. But we are very blessed with amazing subscribers that have helped our family out a tremendous amount. So one of the things that we had on the list was some solar string lights. And I don't know if you guys can see these little bulb lights that are hanging down right here. They're powered by a solar panel. And so they only come on at night when the lights go, when it gets dark out. And these ones here are multicolored rainbow ones, but these ones here you can put white or amber or colored, and they got a little remote, so it depends on what kind of mood you're in and what kind of lighting you want. But these are going to be for all of the tents. So we're going to have several tents, and we need some kind of lighting in them. So we're going to get these so they all match, and they will all look really pretty. And we can maybe even put these on the outside corner post that I want to put for the sunshades. So this will make it look really cool. And we've got 2 more boxes of these. We have one that we already opened and we used at the Mid-America YouTube meetup in our tent, which I did get set up over there. That's why I'm pointing over there. We did get it set up, and then it rained for like 4 or 5 days. So I got it all washed out, and on the inside and the out and the floor and everything. But then it started pouring rain for like 4 days straight. So it was clean, but it was wet. So it's airing out now, and it's pretty much all dry now. So I'm not sure if we're going to put it back up right now. The kids kind of want me to leave it out so that they can put their lawn chairs in there and go have a kids room. And we do plan on doing that when we get to our property. And we just didn't want to set all that stuff up here and then have to take it all down and move it. So we've got everything nicely packaged in their boxes so they stay nice and clean, and then they'll make for really exciting videos when we go to set all that stuff up. And but this one we might leave up for, since it's already up. We had to put it up so it didn't get all moldy. But we got 2 boxes of lights, and that's what those are for, is for all those tents that we're going to be setting up. So yes, I know tents can be dangerous, but we are going to make sure that we have them anchored down to wood decks and all the guy lines strapped to the posts and everything. And this bubble tent has held up so amazing. If we didn't have the tarp on the tent and had it above the tent, this tent, the round bubble part, it concaved and collapsed 3 times. Once with snow, we had to shovel the snow out, and it popped right back up. And twice with wind bursts coming down force and popping the bubble down. But it just popped right back up. There was no damage, no poles broke, no nothing. So it's perfectly fine. But we have learned, so we know how we need to kind of fix the problem, hopefully, is by putting the sunshades above the tents instead of on the tents. So that should help a lot. So yes, we are going to take a lot of precautions to make sure everything is strapped down and anchored down and all that. We're going to be anchoring the decks to the ground as well. And we've got a bunch of cool things for that too. So I'll show you that here in a second, because we got some more of them in the mail. But, you know, a lot of times subscribers will send us things that we don't think of, like snake repellent. You know, this is just something that they can send. We do have our P.O. box in our description and on our channel and on almost all of our videos, I believe. But this is absolutely something that we need. We just didn't think about it. And, you know, so a lot of things are not on the public list. And people are just amazing. And they are sending us really cool things, because this is going to come in really handy. It is definitely snake season. And Sean did see a baby snake over by our metal scrap pile at the property. So we're going to want to make sure we put these all around our fenced in area and around the camper and around the tents and things like that. So this is going to be really cool. So thank you very much. I better quit talking so much, because it's going to make the video very long. This is 2 of these. This is for twin bed sets. These are going to be for the kids' beds that are going to go in their tents. Oh, what I was going to tell you about what's so handy about that is, with the kids having their own tents and being able to set up, and our kitchen and our bathhouse, that is going to allow us to renovate and remodel the inside of our camper, which desperately needs it. We've been living in it 4 years now, and it's a 1998, so it really needs like a really good upgrade. I mean, the layout is amazing, and it's not horrible, but like the carpet all needs to be ripped out. We have a few spots on the kids slides where water had come in. The roof is leaking, so we gotta we're gonna repair the roof and completely redo all that. So it'd be nice if the kids have a place to hang out where I can pull everything out of their bedrooms in the camper to be able to completely redo it without worrying that they're not going to have a place to sleep at night. So we will all have tents to hang out while our camper is getting remodeled, and all that stuff will probably just stay up, because that gives the kids a place to go hang out and have some privacy. You know, we have been living in a camper for 4 years, so privacy is not very plentiful in a camper. So yeah, it's going to be really nice to have some space for everybody to spread out and go tuck away and have some quiet time. Oh yes, we definitely need this. If I can get it out of here. Some Husqvarna premix fuel. That is for the Big Daddy chainsaw that Sean's been using, the Husqvarna 460. Man, that thing's a beast. So thank you to the subscriber who sent that. So thank you very much. You know who you are, and that's all that matters. Throw that out of the way. This is something that I ordered, and this is another one of my essential oil boxes. I did a video on that. Didn't do the greatest, because I know not everybody's into essential oils, but I actually have like four or five of these that I need to do still. And let's see, this one here is to teach you how to make shampoo and conditioner. So we've got all the little things in here to make shampoo and conditioner. So I'm not sure if I'll do another video of those or not, because Not everybody really likes that one. That one kind of tanked out, but that's okay. The people that are interested in essential oils really enjoyed it, I think. So we'll see. And this here, okay. This here, I'm not going to open it because I don't want to open the box and have them falling out everywhere and lose all the pieces. But this is a box of 30 pieces of adjustable platform joist beam supports. So these are going to go underneath our decks so that the wood is not sitting directly on the ground and rotting. So these are to support the decks that we're going to put our tents on. So thank you so much. And it's going to be so exciting. And let's see what else we got here. Oh yes, this was sent by Nancy. She sent, I broke my pet brush, and we have this little kit thing that's got this little thing here is a bath scrubby. So I can put this on my hand, and it's got little knobbies, and when I'm giving him a bath, I can scrub it. So that's pretty cool. And it's got the brush that I had that I was using that I broke. This is the kind we had before, and I love this kind of brush. It's got little bristles, you can kind of see, and when you pop that thing, it pops it out, and that makes it real easy for you to just go like that, and it takes the pet hairball off there. But yeah, I broke it. And you want to know how I broke it? Raking the carpet in the camper, because this works so well on the dogs. And I thought, well, they got dog hair in the carpet, and this thing works amazing. If you can ever find one of these with like a long telescoping handle on it, this thing works the best. We got this other rake for the carpet to try to get pet hair out, and it works, but not like this. It's kind of, the other one's more like a straight razor, so I guess it would probably depend what kind of carpet you have. If you have real shaggy carpet, it's not going to work that great. But this thing works great, but I broke it because I was being a little aggressive at trying to clean my carpet. So now I have a new one. Thank you, Nancy. And this is another pet one. We've never had one like this, but this one's supposed to work really good at getting in thicker fur. And Lucy has much thicker fur than what Linus does. Linus, they both have black lab in them, and they both kind of look like a black lab. But Linus has pit bull, and Lucy has Rottweiler and Shepherd. We're not sure what kind of Shepherd, but her coat is much thicker, so this is going to come in really handy on her. Linus's fur is very thin, and there's not a lot there, so I'm not so sure that one's going to work so well on him, but this one works great on Linus and the cat. So yeah, pretty exciting. We got cool new things. And look it, guys, they had purple. You all know how much I love purple, so very exciting. Thank you, Nancy. And this here, okay, we got 4 more boxes of these, and we already have one of these open. And let me just go ahead and see if I can open this, maybe. Okay, I'm back. Got some scissors. I could have got my knife, it's right there. I'm not used to having my knife. But these here, I don't want to take them all out of the box. But these are amazing anchors. They're 16-foot U-shaped rebar trampoline anchors, but they can be used for tents and decks and all kinds of things. So these things are amazing, and we are going to be anchoring everything down, so hopefully nothing blows away. So that's what these are all for, and we are anchoring everything down. They're quite heavy, but we got 4 more boxes of those, so that's pretty exciting. And this is the start of setting up. We have 4 raised garden beds that we need to set up. And this is some 100% organic coconut coir. And this is really good for amending soil or using it for your starters and your little trays and whatnot. It's very compact, and it breaks up into a lot. So these are going to be used to help fill our raised garden beds and to get our starter trays done. So we've got 4 raised garden beds that are 4 foot by 8 foot by 2 foot deep. And we're going to fill them up with debris, the logs and the twigs and all that we've got plenty of at the property on the bottom, just to kind of help fill it up, because it is 2 feet tall, because I'm getting up there in age, and crawling around on my hands and knees on the ground is not going to be very good. So we've got some taller ones so I don't have to bend over so far and can stand up. But that also means that we got to fill it with a lot of stuff, and it's going to take us a while to get some good soil going with our own compost and everything. So we've got some of this coconut coir, and we got 1 package of this in the mail, so that's pretty exciting. So yeah, this is going to be the start of our garden. We're just going to be doing a small garden at first because we're going to have so much going on, but eventually we'll hopefully have a big garden and animals. This here, I'm not going to open either. This goes with the deck materials. These are 36 2x4 joist hangers. So this is to put our decks together for our tents. So that's to get us started on the first deck that we do. So that's going to be pretty exciting. So I'm not sure what order we're going to do them all in yet, but we have a lot to set up. And then this, we've got, oh, I'm not going to take it out of the box, but this here is called a redshift box, and this is going to be used for our outdoor kitchen. That's why I'm not going to open this one yet. We have another one on the list that we're going to use for the kitchen in the camper, but because we have a copper pot set that is getting scratched up and it's getting old and whatnot. But a subscriber sent us 2 Red Chef pans, and they are like ceramic ones, and I absolutely love them. So we put some of the set on the wish list to get one for the kitchen in the camper and one for the kitchen that's going to be our outdoor kitchen. And this one I'm going to save for the outdoor kitchen, and because I want it to stay nice and clean and everything when we make that video. I want to unbox everything all nice and fresh and clean, and then we're going to set it all up, and that's going to be in the video. So I want to keep everything nice and clean and pretty. So I'm not going to open that because I want to save that one for the outdoor kitchen. And then we've had a big issue with fleas and ticks, and they're just relentless. And it's really hard to keep them off the dogs, even just doing treatments. And I don't have time to bathe them and do this every day. It takes hours to. And then Lucy, as soon as I get done, she'll go run through the weeds and get 5 more ticks on her. So Linus, he doesn't do those kind of things, so he doesn't have as big an issue with it as Lucy does. But one way that we have been recommended to use is 7 Dust. So we are going to be using that to help get rid of our flea and tick problem. And we are trying all things. We have got 7 Dust now. We've got we went and got a bag of food grade diatomaceous earth. We went and bought it. Sean picked it up on his way home from work the other day. And so we've got a little bag of that we're going to try, because that was highly recommended for many different uses, which is kind of crazy how you can use that stuff. But yeah, that we got some food grade diatomaceous earth we're trying. And then another subscriber mentioned in a comment about using cinnamon and cayenne pepper that we could use to put around our grapevine, so we may try that as well. And another subscriber also mentioned trying vinegar and salt to put down on where the weed vines are growing from and whatnot, to keep them in stumps and things. So we're going to be doing that, and we're just going to try to get the land all properly prepped before we move in. Once we get it all leveled out and we get our gravel in there, I am going through with this 7 Dust and everything else. I'm just going to treat that whole area with a bunch of different things. I'm going to try them all, because I want to make sure that all of that stuff is clear from the area, so we can try to have a tick and flea and whatever bugs kind of, I don't want them in our fence. So we're trying everything. So thank you so much for sending that. This here, I'm going to get it out and show you because it is really cute. This is off of Lexi's wish list for her. And this is actually for her to decorate her tent. She's going to go ahead and put it in her room now, but because it's small. she doesn't really have any jewelry boxes. And well, she has one that she had when she was a kid, but it's full of junk, and she doesn't want the little pink ballerina girly stuff anymore. She wants something a little bit more cool looking. See? Isn't that really pretty? It's just a little metal jewelry box, and it's got like 4 or 5 slots for rings and a couple necklaces over here. So it's not real big, but it's a start, and it's a really cute little decoration for her. She's trying to figure out how she wants to decorate her tent, and that's one of the things she picked out, so that's pretty cute. I don't pick that stuff out for her. She picks all that out herself. And this, let's see what's in here. Oh, this is for Lexi too. She's so funny. This here, she saw, thought it was hilarious, that this is to hold her eyeglasses. You put the eyeglasses on and they sit on the skull, and on the back of it, it has a jewelry dish where you can put some jewelry and things in. So she wanted to get these to put on her desk, but it actually, it's hard to tell. Well, let me just take my glasses off and kind of show you. It goes like that, and it holds your glasses. So she wanted to get those as her eyeglass holders. But super cute. That's funny. She's going to be super excited that came in the mail. And then Xander got... Xander's going to be our entertainment guru at our little recreation area. We're going to have a little... I don't know if we're going to get like a... I probably just need to get a little shed and put all this kind of stuff in. But Xander thought it would be a really cool idea to get a bunch of outdoor games, and when we have people come over, the adults and the kids would have all these cool games to play. So one of the cool games that he picked out was a bocce ball set. So I'm not sure if you can see that. It's a bocce ball set, and it's got a nice little carrying bag to put everything in. It's actually much heavier than I was expecting. But yeah, I don't even know how to play bocce, but I'm really excited to learn. So we're going to have all kinds of really cool things. And then we can also take them when we go to friends' houses for birthday parties or events or YouTube meetups or whatever. We'll have all these cool things that we can take with, so the kids will have some cool fun things to play with. So super excited. So that was really cool. And I think that's it for today. Oh, no, I know there's a few things more. And some of the things got taken away already because Xander got some face cream that he's been wanting. And, you know, he's hormonal, teenager, adolescent years. And so he's been doing a skincare regimen and researching different products that are more mineral-based instead of chemical-based and things. So he wanted some face cream or something that had some UV protection in it. So he put that on his wish list, and somebody sent that to him. So thank you very much. I already gave it to him, and he's using it and loves it. And Sean got a new black Carhartt hat. Very cool looking. Matches all of his gear. And some new Carhartt work gloves. So they will match his overalls. And that's pretty cool. Thank you. And then one of the other things that our mystery subscriber sent Sean was he has this, it's called the Breadless Breadcrumb. 0 grams the total carbs per serving. And it is called, let me spin it around in the package so you can see, Pork King Good. Original flavor pork rind crumbs, fried pork rinds, made in the USA. But these are to be used so like he can make a meatloaf or some kind of breading, or you can actually make bread with it, or all kinds of other stuff. So this is like a bread substitute. If you're on the carnivore diet, it's gluten-free. Pork rind crumbs. So you just use it like a breadcrumb. But it's pork rinds ground up. So pretty cool. We're going to try some recipes with that. So that, I think, is it for today. There could be more I might be missing, but we haven't got any mail yet today. Today is Friday, so our UPS guy only comes Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays. So we may be getting some things in the mail today, and I haven't even checked the UPS or the USPS box, mailbox, regular one. So I'm going to go do that, and then I got to get to editing this video so I can try to hopefully get this out to you today, same day. And then when Sean gets home at 3, we're going to go down to our property and see what else we can get into. So, whew. I'm so excited for this really good weather, guys, and really thankful to all these amazing gifts. You guys are so amazing. We love you so much. And everybody have a wonderful day, and we'll see you in the next video. It's always a great day in Arkansas.